Do you really need a 20% down payment to buy a home? So today we're going to talk about what kind of a down payment do you actually need to purchase a home?
How much money do I need?
Well, interesting you ask. Kidding.
It's so bad.
I know it is bad. So anyway, first thing I want to talk about is you can put as little as 3% down. Most of the time people think that you need a full 20% down payment. You do not. 3% down can be put down on a home for a first-time home buyer. And the interesting thing is as well, are you aware that even if you're not a first-time home buyer, but you haven't owned a home in 3 years and you haven't been on title in 3 years, that you're considered a first-time home buyer?
I did not know that. No.
I don't think a lot of people know that, so that's why I'm kind of bringing that up. So I'm going to re-say that again. So technically, if you have not been on title for 3 years on a home, you are considered a first-time home buyer. What that means is you could put as little as 3% down. There is one catch. The conforming limits for that is $726,200. That's for 2023, and it is a little bit higher in Alaska and Hawaii, which is $1,089,300.
Are those dollars?
They are.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and the other thing, most people believe that you have to settle for the 20% down if you're not a first-time buyer. You don't. So you can have your lender look at a 5% down, a 10%, 15%, 20%. You can actually pick what amount of a down payment that you would like to put on your home.
Are the rates lower if I put less down?
Possibly. It's an overall picture. So interesting that he asked that question. Not nice. So yes and no. So there's trigger points of what that rate is. So for instance, let's say this is why you really need to have a relationship with your lender. If you have let's just throw out a $500,000 purchase price, have the lender run a 5%, a 10%, 15, and 20%, because different things can trigger that. And what I mean by that is your credit score, the dollar of the type of the property, the down payment amount, the loan to value, and also, believe it or not, your debt ratio. That can all trigger what that interest rate is going to be. So yes, possibly, possibly not. It's just one of those things that being close to your lender makes a big difference on running options, I guess is my point.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it's incredible how important the lender is to this whole process, because there's so many different variables. And I think when I'm working with buyers, that's fundamentally what they don't understand. The business on my side is easy when it's pointed out to kind of wrap your mind around. On the lending side, there's so much math and so many different types of things that come into consideration that you simply don't think about really ever as you go through your day. So yeah, to having that relationship with directly with a lender, a human being, we've kind of talked about this before, is incredibly important.
And there are the conventional guidelines. Basically, you have the loan amount at the 726.2. What's considered a non-conforming program is anything over that 726.2, and you can do as little as a 15% down payment on one loan. You would want to get that priced out because it's a drastic difference, again, based on your credit score, based on the property type, based on the overall picture. I think a lot of people are unaware that the overall picture really does impact that rate, no matter how you look at it. It just does.
Right. And it also comes down even to the property itself. Remember, we've talked about this before, but your payment will be determined by not just your ability to secure a loan, but it will also be determined by the insurance on that property. If it's in a flood zone, the insurance will most likely be more, sometimes 3 to 5 times more than a standard property. If there have been an inordinate amount of claims made on that property, that could increase your payment because your insurance would go up. Remember, all of those things come into play property taxes on the property taxes will be based typically upon the sales price, not on what the property taxes were when the previous owner had them, because they might have purchased that home 20 years ago and been grandfathered into a slower increase. So all of these things must be taken into consideration for a complete understanding of what your payment's ultimately going to be. So again, guys, it's I can't stress it enough. It is so very important to develop a personal relationship with your lender first before you start looking at homes, because you just have no idea what you're looking at. I mean, it's great. It's fun. We all like going to open houses. We all like going on home tours. We love driving by, a home and pulling the flyer if there is one to see how much it's worth, or haunting the Zillow or Realtor.com or whatever you choose to use. But we don't actually understand what the payment's going to be until we're speaking directly to the lender, and that person has a connection to the prevailing rates and whatever programs the banks may offer, et cetera. So please, guys, do your homework with your lender first and make sure that you're comfortable with whatever the payment may be.
So to what Mike was saying, what affects your actual rate? Your property type. So let's say it's a condo, a single family dwelling, a multifamily, a manufactured home. Those kind of things are property types. Then you also have, is it in a flood zone? Is it not in a flood zone? That's an additional fee. Is it a homeowner association? Is it not a homeowner association? That's a fee. And what he was talking about the homeowner's insurance, I always tell buyers, call, if you see a home you're interested in and it's brand new, it appears that it's been gutted and it's perfect, it's move-inable, call an insurance company, get a quote, see if there's been a claim. If there's been a claim, that could impact what what the actual premium is going to be, which then will impact your payment.
Right. I mean, let's remind everybody too that our job is to try to make this as simple as possible. So often it sounds like this is too complicated to even step foot in or to approach. It's not. It is really what we do. We're simply trying to explain, when we're telling you what we tell you, that it's not to deny you a home. It's not to try to, right. Our mission clearly is to sell homes and make loans. We're not here to not do that for you. We just want you to have at least a cursory understanding of what goes on behind the scenes that allows us to provide you the information that we provide you.
Agreed. I think that's very fair. So we're going to be talking other types of loans next time. So subscribe below and make sure if you have any questions, DM us, and we'll get back with you next time.
Bye.